In our world today, we want to communicate and share more than ever. In fact, it seems like everywhere you look, people are calling, texting, and taking pictures with their phones. People want to continue texting even during activities already considered dangerous, like driving. Tragically, when texting and driving mix, the result is an increased risk in car accidents. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, texting while driving is 6 times more deadly than driving drunk. Texting and driving is extremely risky, and each of us needs to know the dangers, spread the word, and make a commitment to never text and drive. I'm going to share with you some important information regarding the severe risks of texting while driving, and I'm going to challenge you to sign a pledge vowing to never text on the road. But first, let's consider why exactly texting and driving is a bad thing. Texting and driving is a selfish act. It benefits only the texter and endangers the driver's passengers and pedestrians around them. Yet sadly, even though most drivers admit to knowing the dangers of texting on the road, it is one of the leading causes of accidents nationwide. Research conducted by the National Safety Council shows that 1.6 million accidents a year, or 28% of all accidents, are related to texting. A recent poll conducted by AT&T found that 98% of all commuters know that texting and driving is wrong, but nearly half of those surveyed admitted to texting and driving, and 43% of those call it a habit. Doctors Ferdinand A. Wilson and Jim P. Stipson of the University of North Texas offer their expert testimony on the issue. Distracted driving is a growing public safety hazard. Specifically, the dramatic rise in texting since 2005 appear to be contributing to an alarming rise in distracted driver fatalities. There is a definite need for drivers to commit to not texting on the road. The most dangerous thing for a driver operating a car to do is take his eyes off the road. Yet, texting while driving, on average, takes a driver's eyes away from the road for an average of 4.6 seconds. At 55 miles an hour, that's the equivalent of driving an entire football field blind. According to the U.S. Department of Transportation, texting and driving creates a crash risk 23 times worse than driving undistracted. As Rachel Cassandra Lohman of the American Counseling Association says, "I hope we all agree that too many lives have been lost due to the negligence of texting and driving. Nothing is more important than the gift of life. No text is worth endangering yourself or another human being." Whether or not we personally know someone who was injured or died as a result of texting on the road, this issue affects all of us. According to a Pew Research study, 40% of all American teens say that they have been in a car where the driver was using their cell phone in a way that endangered them and others on the road. These teens are our friends, siblings, and coworkers, and they are being affected by texting and driving. And the dangers of texting and driving aren't limited to the US alone. It's a global problem. To give drivers a look at how dangerous texting on the road really is, in Belgium, a nonprofit organization has created a fake driver's ed program aimed at teaching students to text and drive. They're told that they must learn to text on the road before they get their license, and the students, whose reactions were posted on YouTube, are frustrated and scared. As one student says, "This is impossible." There is no questioning the threat that texting on the road poses to drivers and those around them. But the solution is simple. Stop texting on the road. By making a personal commitment to themselves, drivers have a motivation to stop texting, their promise, and they are able to focus on stopping texting and driving. The It Can Wait campaign, which is focused on aiming stopping and driving, is collecting pledges from drivers to stop texting on the road. According to a National Highway Traffic Safety Association report, at any given time across the US, 660,000 drivers are texting on the roads. Just imagine how much more safe our roads would be if all those people pledged to stop driving and really did. The It Can Wait campaign is making giant strides towards this goal. Since 2009, more than 1.2 million no texting while driving pledges were made on the itcanwait.com website, Facebook, Twitter, live events, and at text-to-pledge initiatives. The 1.2 million pledges is almost double the amount of drivers driving distracted on the roads of America on any given day. As U.S. Secretary of Transportation Ray LaHood says, "Distracted driving is an epidemic on our roadways, and we need people all across America to come together in the communities and act to put a stop to it." Ray continued, saying, "I applaud the It Can Wait campaign, and I thank them for helping to spread the word that no text or email is worth the risk." The It Can Wait campaign cannot stop a driver from texting on the road, but it gives them an important reason not to and raises awareness of the dangers that texting while driving poses. As a result, thousands of drivers have given up texting on the road and are more aware of the dangers that it creates. Pledgers can then share their story online and inspire others, encouraging people in their lives to pledge and sharing their personal testimony in support of the campaign. Finally, the growing number of pledgers proves to lawmakers that Americans are serious about stopping texting on the road and encourages them to pass no cell phone laws in states that already have it. When drivers pledge to never text and drive, it means one more driver out there that is paying attention to the road and watching out for others. Even if just one life is saved as a result of the campaign, it's worth it. Like Xavier, who, while just crossing the street, was hit by a distracted driver. Xavier, at 8 years old, is paralyzed from the neck down, and he will never walk again. Yet, Xavier is lucky. The driver missed his brainstem by this much. By his 9th birthday, thousands more people, including kids like him, will be leaving an empty void in the lives of their family and loved ones as a result of texting on the road. Cutting down on the numbers of drivers who text and drive on our highways today means safer roads for our children one day and for ourselves. It means we can ride our bikes and take walks with the assurance that nothing bad will happen to us. It means that we can drive with the understanding that our fellow drivers are paying attention and watching out for themselves, their passengers, and pedestrians. It means less parents and friends having to go through the pain of watching someone suffer as a result of a texting while driving accident. And it means less funerals for people who are beginning blossoming and beautiful lives. Imagine how happy Xavier would be if he could go skateboarding or run with his friends. What if you too could play a role in preventing these kinds of tragedies? Today, I would like to challenge you all to take the It Can Wait pledge. I challenge you to promise to never text and drive again. The momentary benefits of texting while driving are not worth the grave dangers that this poses to all of our friends, family, and those we don't even know on our roads today. By pledging to never text while driving, we can educate our family and friends about the risk and ensure a safe future for ourselves and future generations on our highways in America and all across the world.